IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru and my good friend Azeem is on Skype joining us today on the episode. Azeem, hi.
Hello, Zarubia and the listeners.
Yes, okay. So the first thing or topic of discussion, Azeem, is that Liverpool are closer to getting ending the season with 111 points out of 114. Freaking hell, man. I thought for some time yesterday they were going to at least draw or lose. They didn't do that. What's going on there? Why can't they just draw or lose a game?
I feel Liverpool are going to have an invincible season. And
It's-
yesterday, despite of all the Arsenal prayers with West Ham, still they did not materialize
Dude,
into them
invincible
losing the
season,
game.
Arsenal had 90 points. The Liverpool are on way to collect 112 points.
112. Yeah.
I didn't even know. So today in the afternoon, while prepping for this podcast, I was like, let me actually calculate one Premier League season, how many points can maximum a team collect? Then I'm like, oh shit, only 114. And Liverpool, dude, it is unprecedented. They have to draw at least one more game.
I predicted 106 in our last podcast.
I know, but
I thought they'll lose, but yesterday they showed some immense grit to come back. And Arnold, the way he was playing against Atletico Madrid, he was a completely different player against West Ham United. I think he only wants to play the Premier League, I guess.
well, he's already won the Champions League, Azeem, so he doesn't want only to play the Premier League.
No, I think that is exactly why. कि चैंपियन लीग जीत गए, वो ट्रॉफी हो गया है. अब एक काम करते हैं, प्रीमियर लीग का ट्रॉफी पे फोकस करते हैं.
अच्छा, हाँ, so I think they're going to, I don't know, man. I think they'll win the FA Cup also at this rate.
No, they should play the youngsters in the FA Cup. No, they're playing against us. Shouldn't the youngsters keep on playing? I think they should give the youngsters a chance.
Yeah, we can say all of that. By the time they play us, they would have already wrapped the league. But anyway, do you know one thing? Which is the team which has wrapped up the league the earliest in your memory? Like, can you say top of your head, like which team do you think wrapped up the Premier League the earliest?
I think Chelsea wrapped it up pretty quickly in one of the seasons, if I remember
See,
correctly.
in 2004-05 season, I know Chelsea wrapped it up in sometime in April. At least
Yes.
4 to 5 weeks before the season end. They beat Bolton 2-0 and that's where they wrapped it up. And so I remember that. I'm sure Manchester United.
Guardiola's first Premier League title. How was he given a run for his money? But nah, Liverpool gave them a run for their money for the second title,
Second.
right?
The first one, United was 19 points behind. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so I
also
think
6, 7.
yeah, definitely. At least if 17 points. Oh yeah, 6 games before.
Yeah.
It already wrapped it up.
So Azeem, there's a theory going on, and which I like. If you have to choose the Premier League team of the season, just name the Liverpool starting 11.
Yeah, except barring a few positions here and there, definitely.
Which
Yes.
positions? Tell me which are the positions you would change
I think
and put players from other teams.
I think I'll take Fabinho out and I'd put Madison over there. Why? Because Leicester have had an unprecedented season as well. And they have had one season like this where they won the title. But under new manager, they adapted very quickly. Everything said and done, probably Fabinho, because Fabinho was even injured during the initial part of the career. The season.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. I mean,
that's
only
one.
player.
Firmino, you'll have to change Firmino as well.
Come
Firmino
on.
hasn't been prolific in front of goal.
It
Yes,
do-
I agree. He is not supposed to score goals. But
Dude,
no, I wouldn't say supposed to.
That team takes on because Firmino doesn't score that many goals or he doesn't play like a direct right number 9.
Yes, but then they would. It's not that Firmino does not get any chances. Firmino does get chances, but I don't find him to be as clinical as a Salah or a Mane is. Firmino, yes, he does some really amazing tricks on the pitch, and it's a pleasure to watch him as well. He would do something out of the ordinary. You would just take your breath away by making one move here or there. But still, I think the efficiency with which he needs to function is lesser, and I think he needs to be more consistent as well. So
Okay.
probably his position we can give it to
To who?
Tammy. Tammy.
I mean, it would have been a much better joke had you said Michi.
Yeah, I'm telling Danny Ings has had a great season. So probably Danny Ings can come get into the team. But shouldn't we name a team which does not have any Liverpool player?
For
Name a
what?
team that does not have a team of
Choker,
the year that does not have Liverpool players.
Chokers 11. Is that what we're going to call them?
Oh, come on. Oh, choking is if you even had a chance. Tell me one team that had a chance. I don't even think City had a chance this
No,
season.
no, I meant Chokers 11 for not finishing or leaving the top four fight open completely. Like there are two, three
I
teams which could have probably even, sealed the top four, but I don't know. They're just going hammer and tongs. Like, remember last year when Liverpool and City went at each other? They were
Mhm.
just won every game, right? Since there was
Yep.
like that level of pressure. Here, you're like every week you're saying, Acha, two teams lost. Okay. So the difference is always 2 or 3 points.
This week every team has won, huh?
Other than Spurs.
Every team, yeah, other than Spurs, of course. But then, yeah, every team other than Spurs has who are in contention for the fourth spot did manage to win their game.
Yeah, so the points differences between them is same. So let's just before we speak about Chelsea versus Spurs, Manchester United, dude, Bruno Fernandes. I mean that guy, what a signing! I have always been impressed with him. I was telling Manav, I think last week when we recorded that Manchester United didn't deserve to sign
What do you
Bruno.
mean by always been impressed with him? How many games have you seen him play before he joined Manchester United?
Dude, if I give you an answer, you'll laugh out loud.
Bro, you hear? I just saw a meme today where there's this one dude who's touching the ball
I
and the crowd
saw.
is going
No.
crazy.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me tell you when I say always impressed by him, right? We obviously know that we don't watch all the leagues, correct? So that is for sure. But you do read reports and stuff like that, and you read that, oh, this player is like so good. So you just read it through reports, and by then there are enough reports which talk about his personality and everything. So you're like, wow, this guy is like seems to be so good. So
Isn't
that's what I
isn't
mean
every
by
signing
no, not
isn't
really.
every signing by Manchester United like this?
No,
They are
not. I'm
the
not talking about
greatest
Manchester.
players on the
No, I'm not
planet.
talking about Manchester
And
United, man. People read about. I mean, Bruno Fernandes is being written about for the last 3 to 4 years. It's not. He's a old player. He's like 25, going to turn 26 very soon. So it's not like you're reading about some 18-year-old. You're reading about a player who's had like 6 to 7 full seasons, right? He seems
Mhm.
like such a good player. And come on, you look at every game he's played for Manchester United. He seems like he knows what he has to do. He's like the leader they need on the pitch. He's made the difference. The team has won more than it's lost because of the impact Bruno's had, you could say, from when he's come.
But let's see how he fares against better opposition. You might say that probably he was there against Chelsea, but I didn't
No,
see
no.
much of him against Chelsea,
Well,
at least.
he provided the assist, no? At least Manchester United didn't have the people who could cross the ball as well. So Bruno's
Yeah,
done.
even we don't have. Yesterday, while watching the Liverpool game, I saw Robertson play one pass to Salah. That ball did not go up by a yard, man. It fizzed through the surface all the way from this side to that side. If Aspilicueta tries that ball, no, I think
You
the ball probably would go
you are
in the crowd either.
you are grossly
Or
wrong. You're grossly wrong. Aspilicueta also fizzes the ball through the surface only.
it should reach Willian, right? Over here, it does not reach Willian. It reaches some other player, some other place. Probably Rudiger. It might reach Rudiger rather
Yeah.
than reaching Willian. But
Okay.
all things aside, Bruno Fernandes from the initial. I was talking to a Manchester United fan today. Legender, you know him, did you?
Yes.
And I did mention it to him that Bruno Fernandes seems like the right deal. But the jury is still out amongst the Manchester United fans who have had a little bit of experience of first being all soda water fizz about it. Okay,
Yeah,
Alexis
but I
Sanchez came with a lot of gung ho, then again went down. Di
yeah, but
Maria,
look.
Memphis Depay. They have had a history of having good players who came into the side but did not perform to the level they were expected of.
Yeah, but you also have to see, against big teams, you need all the 11 people to turn up. So against lesser teams, let's say, even if you have 3 people or 4 people playing well, you can probably still get away with a draw or a victory. You can't go
Plus, he
to,
knows he knows how to dive. That's a good thing.
dude, everyone should know how to dive. And I hate you bringing up he knows how to dive like English players don't dive. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not being racist about this. Okay, I'm just telling that without Young in the team, he learned so quickly how to dive. We should hand it to him. It's commendable. Even fooled the VAR for that matter.
Yeah, fool the VAR. So let's talk about fooling the VAR. How did Giovanni Lo Celso fool the VAR?
I think
He didn't even
just like
intend. He didn't even intend to fool the VAR. VAR just
just
fooled
like
itself.
Jose. When Jose was asked about it, did you see the tackle by Lo Celso on Aspilicueta? No, I did not see. He
Yeah.
was right there. He was
So
staring right at Aspilicueta's calf when
yeah,
that happened. What the hell did
yeah.
he
So
not see?
okay, fine. So to be fair on Jose, if he was staring at Aspilicueta's calf, he will also hit Aspilicueta's shins probably. So that's why Jose couldn't see it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was focused. He was so focused on the other calf that he did not notice
Yeah, but
the
to
left one or the right one.
yeah, but let's talk about VAR, man. Why? Like, what is this? What is this madness? VAR is meant to, even if it's delayed reaction, you're supposed to take your time and give correct decisions. How can they get such things wrong?
The worst possible decision by VAR was in the Bournemouth game. I suffered for that game in my FPL. It's a story for it. We'll table this for another day. But you should see. Did you know what happened in that game? Did you
No,
see the highlights for
no,
that game?
I didn't.
Uh, Bournemouth, Bournemouth went and scored a goal. Okay.
Against Burnley,
Now
right?
VAR check. Yes, yes. VAR check revealed
Hmm.
that Harry Wilson had handled the ball in his own half
Hmm.
when the counter started. So the VAR gave a penalty to Burnley
Oh, I
and
read about
Burnley
this.
scored.
I read about
Yeah, they
this.
cancelled their goal and gave a goal to Burnley, and believe me, both the goals that were disallowed,
Uh,
both of them were not handball. Both of them were not. There have been more blatant handballs which have not been given, like the Sheffield game. If you saw the Sheffield game, I think who was Sheffield playing against?
Brighton.
They're playing. Yes, Sheffield Brighton, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
In that particular game, if you saw, the ball did hit the arm, okay, and the arm was in an unnatural state. You see Kevin De Bruyne, that should have been a penalty. The one in which De Bruyne raised his hands
Yes.
when he was in the wall, that was also bad. So I don't understand the problem with VAR, because I feel the problem with VAR is two things, especially the Premier League PR. One, the referees are too egotistical to go and check the monitor for themselves. They feel that they have made the call. अब मेरा नहीं है, मैंने जो भसड़ मचानी थी मचा दी है, अब ऊपर वाला जाने.
पर
ठीक
ऊपर
है.
वाला भी
अब
तो
वो
गलत.
लोग
Even he's making the wrong mistakes. Like he's
नहीं,
making
ऊपर वाला तो
mistakes.
माफी मांग सकता है ना, रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव बैन के बिना माफी भी मांग सकता है. ओके ओके, हमसे गलती होगी, सॉरी सॉरी. अच्छा, गलती का कोई नहीं, पश्चाताप नहीं होगा, बस गलती होगी. ये क्या है भाई? What kind of stupidity is
Dude,
that?
so
Okay.
I don't get it. How can a VAR say that? Like, did you listen to the reason about Lo Celso getting back to him that he didn't have any place to put his foot, right? I mean, and then they said it's not a red card. As atrocious as that decision was, within 20 minutes, they're putting out a statement saying that we made a mistake. Like, what were you thinking?
You have infinite replays. It is your job to correct if there's been a mistake in the decision making process. How can you? It's like the fourth umpire telling, sorry, third umpire, my bad. Third umpire telling, oh, ये तो अंदर था यार. अरे सॉरी सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई. अब वापस नहीं भेज सकते पर उसको बैटिंग करने. ठीक है, जो बैटिंग चल रही है वही चलाओ.
Huh? You can't. You
What
can't
kind of
do that.
stupidity is that, dude? There is no capping on the number of times you can have a replay. Okay, you can see it as many number of times as you want. And how do you tell me there's an entire football pitch available and Lo Celso had only one place to put his foot down, and that was Aspilicueta's calf?
Yeah,
Are
but
you kidding me
look,
or what?
there are so many points like this, right? So this was one thing, but if you just like look back, and this involves Spurs as well, I think it was Raheem Sterling kicking one of the Spurs players, and he didn't get a red card. If I remember right, correct? And that was almost the same. So they didn't give a red
Blatant,
card.
yeah, a blatant, pretty blatant
I
approach.
thought that was a wrong decision. And yesterday, a wrong decision goes against Chelsea. Like, what are you doing? At what point a stamp is a stamp and you just give a red card? I don't know. What do you think is the problem with VAR?
That was a breaker. Well, he could have broken Aspilicueta's leg if it were slightly more forceful, or if the angle of the leg that would have been bad, it would have broken Aspilicueta's leg. And I don't really. You know what? The only problem with VAR, like I told you, there are two problems. One being the ego of the referee and not checking the monitor on his own, and number two being there are no set rules to this. You have to have certain set rules telling you that, okay, this is no guidelines, rules, specific rules. Don't leave it to subjectivity of the referee sitting over there. One referee may view it differently, the other referee may view it differently. The referee on the pitch, I think, is the best person to make the decision because he knows the temperament of the game. He knows the emotions that are running high. He knows he is in the thick of things. He is the correct person to make the decision. So why not go and refer to the monitor? You've been given the technology to do so. I don't
Yes.
understand English referees, very honestly.
Dude, I don't think VAR is doing very well in Spain, but that's a discussion for another matter. I think we should take a break right now, Azeem. And after the break, let's, praise Giroud a little. And
Oh man.
and let's look at Arsenal's performance against Everton. Oh my God, I thought Everton were rocking in the last 30 minutes. They could have just taken Arsenal if they were a little more clinical. But
Yeah. Only if Calvert-Lewin was more clinical. Only one player.
yes,
Aubameyang converted everything that came his way, and this dude was firing left, right, and center and making Lo Celso look good.
correct. Lo Celso.
Sorry, not Lo Celso. Lino. Bird Lino.
All right, okay, fine. Let's take a break right now, and after the break, we are going to talk about the set games. Please stay tuned to Football Total. We would like to thank HDFC Life Insurance for supporting this show. HDFC Life Insurance has created an online video series called Behind the Journey with some of the most interesting people from the creative and entertainment industry. It explores the stories that are behind the glitz and glamour of the spotlight and screaming fans. Let's listen to a snippet from the episode featuring Jasleen Royal.
Music थोड़ी expensive hobby होती है, and for middle class parents to understand that and support you can be a little difficult. So I went to my music teacher and he said like, why don't you teach my batch? And I started taking his batches. So the goal was like to earn around 40,000 क्योंकि मुझे एक keyboard लेना था अपने लिए. I saved money every penny I made and I got that keyboard.
Saving money is a key component to take care of your dreams and your finances. You can watch all episodes of Behind the Journey on HDFC Life Insurance YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/HDFC Life. Take control of your personal goals with HDFC Life Insurance's financial solutions. Plan now with HDFC Life Insurance.
Terms and conditions apply. HDFC Life Insurance Company Limited, IRDAI registration number 101.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru. Azeem, my friend, is on the phone.
And is upset with VAR.
Dude, everyone is upset. So you're not like the only person to be upset. Okay, as I said before the break, let's talk about Olivier Giroud. I mean, Lampard, I think, did a mistake, dude. He should have just, he knew he was not getting any striker. He should have just started playing with Giroud. This whole thing he did in January of, should I play Giroud? Let me not play Giroud and Michi and everything. Giroud is a good utility player and he can deliver the goods. He showed it on Saturday against Tottenham.
I think it's high time we stop calling him a utility player. I don't think he's only a utility player. He made Ousmane Dembele sit out of the World Cup squad for France that won the World Cup.
Yeah, but
okay, I don't think he's a utility player. I think he is one of the most underrated players or underrated strikers the Premier League has had.
Would you start Tammy Abraham or Olivier Giroud?
I would start Olivier Giroud.
Instead of Tammy, not right now, during the season. Who is your main striker?
I think for me it's Olivier Giroud.
Really?
There's a reason for it. Yeah. I think I have a reason for opening why I'll tell you. See, whatever matches we've lost, you are a Chelsea fan, so you'll realize this. Whatever matches we have lost, or whatever matches we have drawn, or whatever matches we've had a close shave, is because it's not because we've not created enough chances for players to score. It's just that we have not been clinical in front of goal. What Giroud does is Giroud needs one opportunity. Okay, you give it to him, he will score. Okay, he will put the ball at the back of the net. His experience helps. His running inside the box, his movement inside the box is so good. He does not have pace, but he uses his body so well. He's an extremely good header of the ball. We already know that. He can occupy two central defenses with ease. Hold the ball, pass the ball. Did you see that flick he gave to? I forgot the name of the player he gave the flick to, but against Spurs only. He gave a back heel while holding the ball up. It was superb. I've not seen Tammy do that. Okay, Tammy will try and turn with the ball and try to run with it. I think having that kind of a player gives you at the moment, because Tammy is raw. I think Giroud for me should be number one striker. Tammy should probably take a little bit of rest because of his injury, recuperate, and then again come back and share the role with Giroud. But at the moment, I think Giroud is number one. I think even when Tammy is fit, Giroud should be number one.
All right, point taken. And let's talk a little about Spurs. Man, everything my man Mourinho does when he wins people go crazy. When he loses, people go double crazy, right? Like, it's just like, I mean, I don't think I would be exaggerating if I say that Mourinho is way bigger than Spurs in the world of football. Like, Spurs
People are not
nothing.
talking about Spurs and their bad results. They're talking about Mourinho and his bad results. Now, I think that's a little that shouldn't happen, and Mourinho himself is to blame a little.
No, look,
See,
wait, hold on. I mean,
I don't.
just to stick up for my man Mo here, he is a way bigger name in the world of football than Tottenham Hotspur.
Then Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I agree. I totally agree.
So whatever said and done, right? I look, my actual impression of his 3 months at Spurs is like, it's gone all right, but I think a lot of journalistic love for Pochettino is coloring a lot of things that was actually wrong with the Spurs side. I mean, after the Chelsea game, after I read so many reports, I actually went back and did some, I just went digging, and Spurs had won only 6 games of Poch's last 24. That's a record worse than Solskjaer's. Okay.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has an extremely good record against the top 6 teams.
Not against top 6. I'm talking about overall.
Yeah. Overall, I think even Ole is slightly poor with teams when they start sitting back and defend.
I know. Do you remember that stat about 3 weeks ago where they showed the win percentages of all Manchester United managers and Solskjaer was like at 30%?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Right? So Pochettino was at 25%. Okay.
Pochettino already knew, and Pochettino after the Champions League loss, I don't think the Spurs side are the same side anymore. Okay,
actually, I did this digging around whether that is even true, Azeem. First of all, the semi-final they won against Ajax. We know what a big fluke that was, right?
Yeah, that was a little bit of. I think come on. It's slightly harsh on Spurs to say that it was a fluke. Ajax lost focus. Okay. Ajax could have won that game easily.
I know, so it was a fluke win for Spurs. That's what I said.
Okay, fine,
right.
Fair enough.
So actually, it seems, so if you look at it, the best season Poch has had with Spurs was 2016-17.
They just finished third, right?
Yeah, like that was when they played like really good football and things. 17-18 and 18-19 especially was bad, and 19-20 started worse. So, for all the faults of Mourinho, he has been brought over to paper the cracks over a little. And he's done a okay so-so job, right? It's not like he's done a really bad job or a really good job. But man,
he's done a decent job with the kind of injuries
the overreaction and the underreaction is crazy when it comes to this guy.
Yeah, that's true. But see, he himself also is too good. See, I'll tell you one thing. You get in, Royal Challengers Bangalore by Virat Kohli. And then when you get him for big bucks, when he comes with that kind of a reputation, and then when he stops delivering or he does not perform or he has a bad IPL, people are going to talk. Okay.
I know, but okay,
comes with a very, very big reputation to
let
Spurs.
Me put it this way to you.
So you have to...
From when Mourinho's come in, if you had to start the Premier League table, where would Spurs be? Third.
So that's not half bad.
That's Liverpool 1, Manchester City 2, Spurs are third. So,
that's better than Brendan Rodgers and a youth icon Frank Lampard.
Yeah. So, what do you want him to do? What more do you want him to do?
He needs to be better. See, let's be honest. The expectation levels are higher. Okay, but nobody expected Brendan Rodgers to do this well. Nobody expected Frank Lampard to do this well. Everybody expected Mourinho to wave a magic wand and Spurs would start winning games out of
probably. And my only thing is that, dude, we all know how it's going to end, right? But while it lasts, at least the way it started, I think my only thing is that, people probably should have, all this Pochettino love affair, I think people forget to record and write about actually how poor they've been, and then they contrast it suddenly like, oh man, this has gone worse than Pochettino, when it probably is not. It probably is better than that.
See, I really feel that a lot of things depend on the kind of image or the kind of aura that is around the club or around the management at one particular point of time. When there's so much change going on and so much turmoil, people are going to be a little more restless than they generally are. Okay, people had accepted Pochettino. People had accepted the fact that, okay, Pochettino is doing his work behind the scenes. We can see that work on the pitch. The team is playing well. The team is trying to win matches, even if they're not winning matches. Under Mourinho, people will expect you to win. Forget playing well, you don't
Yeah,
play
that is
well,
true.
whatever you do,
That
you
is
have to win.
that is the
But then
impression he has given. So
yes, but that's the impression that gets him the big bucks.
correct.
So he should live up to his name, and he is not living up to his name, and I don't completely blame him either, because I don't think it's been easy for somebody like Jose Mourinho, because they lost Eriksen, they lost Kane, they lost Son. Dele Alli is behaving like a bad kid, okay, an ill-tempered kid.
Did you listen to Arsene Wenger's reaction to that?
No, I did
So
not.
Arsene Wenger was on beIN Sports and they asked him, what do you make of Jose's decision to drop Dele Alli? And Arsene Wenger says, oh, that was so bad of Dele Alli to throw the tantrum. If it was me, I probably would have told him, this is the last warning, otherwise I'm going to drop you from the team. Something like that. So,
Yeah, but that's true. See, those classical managers have a thing that, okay, their word should be the last word and everybody should abide by it. Then only you will be able to see it on the pitch. If you will see Klopp and Pep, even they are very, very strict with their players, extremely strict with their players. If a player makes a mistake, Pep to sub them off.
Carriers, boss. Carriers was thrown out of the club.
Yeah. So, see, that has to come, okay? That has to be there. You saw Lampard. Lampard does not tolerate any nonsense from anybody. If you're up to the mark, you'll play on the team or you're on the team. If you're not up to the mark, you work on the training ground. I want to see that work happen and then you'll be in the team. But you are not going to be on the team just because you have a big name.
Cool.
That's never happening. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to have. The only problem with Mourinho is I think his communication is probably, and he should not blame this because he's been in England since so long and he knows pretty good English. So I don't know what he's conveying to his players and what they are transcending as far as on the pitch is concerned. But something is amiss over there.
We will know
and
that
it's going to take time.
We will know that next year in the Amazon Prime documentary, All or Nothing, Tottenham Hotspur. I am so looking forward to that documentary. It'll be so much more fun than the Manchester City
Then the
one.
Pep one. Oh my God, Pep one was boring.
All right, the last thing to discuss today. Arsenal beat Everton 3-2. Arsenal played well in patches. Everton played well in way more patches, and it still was 3-2. Dude, that was the game of the weekend, if you ask me.
Did you see the worst offside trap ever?
It's not really a trap, no?
Kolasinac, it wasn't a trap, yes. A potential trap. The worst potential offside trap that could ever have been set.
What was he doing? I mean, did anyone analyze that? What was he doing?
He was trying to outmuscle Yerry Mina, who towers above him.
But why was he trying to outmuscle? Yerry Mina was standing somewhere else. Just create the offside, no?
No. I don't like a black player, such a big black player standing there. I would go to him. I would do something which irks him. Probably it will make him lose his cool or something. I cannot let him stand just like that. It was so bad.
Wait, what was the commentator saying about that?
I really don't remember it. I started laughing when somebody made me notice it through a tweet. I saw it and I, oh my God, this had happened. I saw the goal and all. I was concentrating on the bicycle, okay, because that was one overhead kick by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So I forgot to see what kind of an offside trap it was. It was hopelessly sad. But one more thing, I'd like to. I remembered you, by the way, when David Luiz, you and Veda Bhaiya. I remembered the both of you when David Luiz put that through ball for Aubameyang. That was a peach of a ball. For Aubameyang.
So why did you remember me? I don't play football, so I don't put through balls to anyone.
Then you have a thing for David Luiz, right? Either you make fun of him or anything of the sort. But Veda Bhaiya definitely likes him. So
I'll tell you, David Luiz may be faulted for like a million things, but his ability to see a pass and execute a pass for a defender is so good. I think in the Premier League, if I have to see defenders who actually make those passes, David Luiz, I think Toby Alderweireld makes some really good passes, right?
Virgil van Dijk.
I don't know much about Van. That whole team is so good. I don't know who makes what pass also. And we are always
Van Dijk has an extremely good passing range. The only thing is that it gets overshadowed because Trent Arnold is out of the world.
Yeah. So let's just say that I don't know. I can't really identify that with Van Dijk, but I think David Luiz can pass really well, man. And for a team to play high press and wanting to run behind the defenders, he is always an asset. And I think with decent coaching, his mistakes also come down. We've seen it before when he's won the league with Conte.
No.
When he's won the league with Conte, he was actually.
Do you think we won the league with Conte because of David Luiz? I don't think we were just trying to cover up.
He was quite essential. Look at his passes. Look at the amount of assists and the passing range he had in that season. Come on.
With a five-man defense, even
Sure.
Saru Bhaiya would be very effective.
Sure. So play 5-man defense, win the league, and get your central defender to pass like that. If it's that simple, just let it. Everyone should do it.
I don't think it's that simple. The only thing that is simple is if you want David Luiz in your side and if you want to ensure that he does not make mistakes, have two covers in front
You
of
don't
him,
even really
so that the ball doesn't reach him in that kind of a way.
Get a Virgil van Dijk and ask David Luiz, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I think that can work too.
Alright, the last thing, Diego Jota. Why? Why is he scoring goals and ruining all of our FPL dreams and aspirations?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of getting him in. On the contrary, believe it or not, I'll tell you, I was thinking of getting Jota this week because he scored a hat-trick against Espanyol in the Europa League.
Yes.
But I feared that he might not start and Adama Traore might start.
And
because
Adama
Traore
was
did not play against this. He
Adama
was on the bench, dude.
Yeah.
Came for a point.
Yeah, and I got that 1 point.
But now I was thinking of Jota. And you know what? Jota is a good pick right now as well because Podence has just come in and they only have Pedro Neto. And that guy, after the dislocated shoulder, the Nuno has been taking it slightly easier with getting in Traore.
Yeah, and Wolves are playing Tottenham Hotspur next. And you know that there are goals in that game for Wolves.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be goals in that game for Wolves.
And then
but I'm expecting a fight
then they're
back,
playing Brighton.
Make a note of this. If it is the Mourinho of the old, the Mourinho I used to admire, love and respect so much, I don't have as much now with all the shenanigans and the shithousery he's been up to. But if it's the old Jose and if his team is going to give the same reaction I would expect from his team, I don't think Wolves are going to have it easy. I think Spurs might win that game.
It won't be easy and Spurs may as well win the game. One more thing to consider, and this may be like a very way off topic because it obviously comes with so many caveats, is that Spurs probably would have had one entire week of rest and preparation for this game, right? So in this one week they know that no one else is injured, so they can probably work on a system which they want to play for the next 2-3 weeks. So that may also come in their favor. So let's see what happens.
I hope Bergwijn scores.
Oh man, he's turning out to be one decent player. But next weekend, Azeem, is Everton versus Manchester United and Spurs versus Wolves.
I am pegging for a draw against United and Everton and a Wolves win against... a Spurs win against Wolves.
And Man City versus Arsenal?
Oh, come on. I don't think that's a question. I think that's a question for Kanav bhai. You should really ask him this question. He will give you the right answer.
Alright, since we already spoken about 3, Bournemouth Chelsea. Chelsea should win that game. Otherwise, Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Chelsea should win that game.
Watford Liverpool. I have a feeling Watford will beat Liverpool. That will be the most anticlimactic.
Nigel Pearson will run naked at Molineux. I
don't know why would Nigel Pearson run naked in Molineux when the game is at Vicarage Road.
Vicarage Road, my bad, I'm really sorry.
He takes the train, goes to Molineux and then runs naked.
Wolves वाले परेशान घूम रहे हैं. ये क्या चल रहा है भाई? ये क्यों भाग रहा है यार?
Nuno will be like, should I get him on as a sub? What's going on here?
Well, that would be something. Yeah, but I don't think that's happening, and Liverpool will thrash Watford, so that's not going to happen.
All right, okay. Other than that, what? Aston Villa, Sheffield United. So, it's postponed. Aston
Villa for the win.
It's been postponed. I don't know why it's been postponed.
Yeah, that got 4-4. I think 4 fixtures have been postponed because of that EFL Cup semi-final. So the 4 teams not playing.
Final.
City, Sheffield and Aston Villa.
The only 4 teams are postponed because Aston Villa City final is on Sunday for EFL Cup. So there's no City versus Arsenal game also.
Yes.
Alright, okay, Azeem, on that note, thanks a lot for coming in.
Oh, always a pleasure, Saru bhaiya.
Alright.
Anytime.
Yeah, and all of you listeners, please follow us at @FootyTwaddle on Twitter and Football Twaddle on Instagram and Facebook. And I hope you guys are buying some HDFC life insurance because we need some money. Alright, take care guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Life and Paytm Money. And let me tell you a couple of things that you should check out this week. On Litnama, Lakshmi talks to VARhella and Mohamed from the band The Words of Aleph. They talk about how the band came to be and more. On Football Football, the guys talk about Liverpool qualifying for the Champions League, City getting banned from it, and Arsenal thrashing Newcastle for a 4-0 win. On Golgappa, tune into a Laugh Riot episode where host Tripti talks to Karan and Neil from Bhadipa. On our Kannada podcast Thale Harate, Ramya Bhaskar and Sridhar Pavisetti talk to Ganesh and Pawan about reimagining school education for Industry 4.0. On Top Tales, Madhuri tells a tale of her struggle with keeping cockroaches away from the kitchen while wondering why there are no cockroaches in her mother's kitchen. On Beyond Cliché, Almas is joined by the Mahi Way actor Pushti Shakti to talk about beauty beyond size. Thanks and keep listening.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, a show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance. From stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.